Hey there, folks. It's James Ward, CEO and co-founder of Pangea. I want to welcome you here today to the Pangea Vision Call. I know for a lot of you, it is the middle of the day, especially if you're in the US. And obviously, we do it at this time because number one, the call is recorded. And number two, we're a global company, so we have people worldwide. We didn't want it to get too late where so many people couldn't come out and attend here today. So I appreciate you taking the time to come out and join us. Again, I know this call was scheduled for yesterday. I apologize that we had to reschedule it for today, but I promise you I'm going to add you full of some amazing value that we are going to add to you today. We have some great huge announcements that we're going to be taking part here today as well, and actually gearing up for something a little bit later this week that I promise you you are going to love. Now, what I love to do on these vision calls, I'm looking at my notes there if you're kind of wondering what I'm doing. What I love to do on these vision calls, I like to talk about where we've been, where we are going, what you can expect for the rest of this month and the rest of this quarter, and what our overall goal is as a company. And you know, if you look at where we've been, I guess we're in our 7th week of business, which is a pretty significant number for us, right? We love the number 7, as all of you probably do as well. You know, it's been an amazing time for us. We've been able to attract some great people. Obviously, we've had our challenges, we've had our struggles, just like any new company has. And you know, I always say this: if you're not having any type of challenges as a company, if you're not having any type of growing pains, it simply means you're not growing, right? So we've been able to you know, get in front of almost any challenge that we've had here as a company. We will continue to do so. We're committed to making this the very best company that we can possibly make for our associates, you know, because you guys are absolutely the lifeblood of what we do. Without you, we don't have a company. So we got to make sure that everything we do here is in a way that can benefit you and your business. Now, one thing I wanted to mention to you, you know, in regards to payments, as you guys probably know, just last week we announced, I think it was last week, yeah, the days are going together. Last week we announced the Pangea Pronto. The Pangea Pronto, in case you don't know what that is, that's your opportunity to get 2-day cycle day payments. It's right there in your back office. It's completely optional. You know, we'll still be paying out cycles on a weekly basis. And I gave a kind of a breakdown when we talked about that. As you probably know, we pay our cycle bonuses on a weekly basis. That happens every Friday for anything that you produce the previous week. So we will continue with that schedule. If you want to speed up your pay, you can definitely do that through Pangea Pronto. Again, it's located right there in your back office. It's highlighted in red, but it is 100% optional to you and your family, okay? If you need your money quicker, if your business needs money quicker, it's a good option for you. If you're cool with waiting a week or whatever it takes to get your funds, you know, from your previous cycle, then definitely stick with that. It is completely up to you. But you know, we're trying to find ways here that we can absolutely add value to your business. And one way that we're going to be doing that here very soon is we are in the process of creating some great tools for you to be able to use as an associate of Pangea. We're trying to make sure that we add as much value, again, in our back office. And you know, one of those things that we're going to be doing is creating a complete structure for you, a system that you can easily follow. That, you know, day number 1, you know what you're supposed to be doing. Day number 30, you know what you're supposed to be doing. There's a system in place for you to be able to invite people and be able to duplicate this business. And that's exactly what we're working on right now. And you're going to see some great announcements on that very, very soon. And as we go into 2017 here, you know, there's a couple things as a company that we're really focused on right this very second. Some of them I've just mentioned, obviously improving, you know, our associate experience, making sure that you have every tool that you need necessary, from getting started packets all the way through orientations, through recorded calls that you can use, anything that you need to build your business, but also the system in order to make it easy for anyone, especially if they're just getting started in this business, a roadmap, if you will, to take your business to a new level. That's number 1. But in addition to that, we're looking at our calendar here. We're beginning to plan events, and you will see very soon an actual official launch date that we're going to be announcing for Pangea. And you'll see many different events that we build up into that official launch date. You know, at the official launch, it's going to be a lot of fun. We will definitely, you know, pack out a city. We will have some amazing giveaways. You will want to be there. But in order to build up to that, we will definitely have many different little events in cities around the world. I almost said around the United States, but around the world, right, to be able to build up to this. And I think it's so important right now, you know, if you're committed to your Pangea business, if you're in a specific area, We're looking for leaders that can step up and put anywhere from 100 people, 50 people, 100 people, 200 people in a room that we can get in front of and we can help you build your business. I'm a big believer that the best business is done face-to-face. I love online marketing. I mean, that's where I came from. I came from a background of internet marketing. So I love that aspect of the business. I know you can attract a lot of people, but in my experience, I've never had any better success than what I've had is being able to sit down with someone face-to-face, look them in the eyes and be able to talk about Pangea and let them understand the culture of what we're trying to create here. And you're going to get that same opportunity. You know, we're making a commitment as a company that we're going to go out there. We're going to send some leaders out there as well to be able to touch you and your actual team or your location and help you build your business the way it's supposed to be built and make sure that there is a system in place. So very, very excited about that going into 2017. So a couple things I just mentioned there. Obviously, small events. We're going to be announcing an official launch date, so we'll announce that very soon, and we will build up to that as a company, and you'll get to participate in that as well and be part of this. Now, I'll tell you, you know, we're going to put on some awesome events. We're going to be giving away some amazing stuff, as I just mentioned, and we're going to create incentives along the way that you can qualify for a lot of different things that will make you want to be part of what we have going on. And anyone that you attract to us as well, they will definitely want to be doing Pangea as a business. And you know, that really leads me into my next point. And you know, 2017 is here, right? We're in the second week of 2017 already. It's amazing how time flies. And you know, oftentimes before the new year got here, you heard me talk about setting goals. You heard me talk about writing them down. You heard me talk about having a vision and having clarity of what you want to do. And a lot of times, you know, people kind of blow that off, right? Because it's easy to do. I mean, and it's also easy not to do. I think that Jim Rohn said that as well. What is easy to do is also easy not to do, right? It's easy to sit down and write down your goals and not to take it seriously. It's also easy to do it if you're serious about wanting to take your life to a new level. And I think one of the biggest things though is this. I think it boils down to vision a lot of times. You know, people oftentimes, they will either put resolutions, New Year's resolutions, they'll put New Year's goals, which are fantastic, and you should do that, and you should read them every day and figure out the action steps you need to take to be able to achieve them. But I think oftentimes people get so caught up on, well, what do I really want, right? You may not know what you really want. Your vision may not be completely clear, but you at least have an idea of where you want to go. And what's always been amazing to me is that life always seems to produce things that you need. You always find a way, right? You find a way to get the things that you absolutely must have. Now, the things that you should do or the things that you want, those things don't always happen for you, but the must, if you must have something, if something must take place in your life, you start working towards that, you start focusing on that, and all of a sudden things synchronistically just start happening in your life to be able to create those things. And I want you to think back, you know, pretty much, at least for me, in any part of my life, anything that I truly focused on. Like, I'll tell you, you know, I badly wanted to play college soccer, and I came from a town that soccer was awful. It wasn't even a high school sport. It was a club sport. It was terrible. The talent that we had here, the teams that we play, I couldn't get any college coaches to look at me coming out of high school, but I made a commitment that I wanted to play college soccer. I mean, and that's all I obsessed on. That's all I could think about. And, you know, I missed birthdays. I missed holidays out there training and kicking. And people thought I was crazy because, you know, I'd already graduated high school. What was I doing out there training? What was I training for? Just myself to play in some league? But in my mind, I had already had it set that I would absolutely play college soccer. And, you know, the universe brought it to me. I got lucky. I got an opportunity for a professional player to see me playing in a gym on a Sunday afternoon, just kicking the ball on a Sunday afternoon by myself up there kicking the ball. A guy comes up, asks me if I want to get in a pickup game. I get in it. He asked me where I'm playing at. I said, nowhere. He said, well, would you go to some colleges if I sent you? He was a professional soccer player, and I ended up playing at the same school that he played at. And the reason why I tell you that is not to talk about my soccer career, because that will bore you to tears. It's to tell you that the things that you truly focus on in your life, the things that you truly want, you can absolutely accomplish regardless of what they are. And we're in a position right now with Pangea that this is my legacy company. This is your legacy company. This is an opportunity for us to really change so many lives out there worldwide. Not just talk about it, right? Not just talk about putting $1 million into charity to be a very cool thing that we talk about in overview calls. No, that's not it. We are absolutely committed to putting $1 million into different charities in 2017. That is our goal. That is part of our vision. It's not something we're just chatting about. We're going to do it. So as a company, you will start to see more and more opportunities to give back to charities, more and more opportunities to give some of your commissions if you'd like to, more opportunities when people come through and purchase any of our products or services to kick back to charities, because we are committed to that. We're committed to matching that also as a company, and we want you to be able to be part of that. But that's just one small portion of our vision. If you've been to any of my overview calls, one thing that I constantly talk about is being a company for the masses, being a company that is designed for the little guy. And again, that's not something that it's not just lip service, right? This is something that we are absolutely committed to, is giving anyone and everyone the opportunity to be able to travel, to be able to earn income for them and their family, and also to be part of something. I mean, I don't know if you realize this, but the greatest companies out there in our industry, it has very little to do with their product. It has to do with their culture and what they've created and improving people's lives. And we are going to definitely be committed to that in 2017, making this a place where you can come not only to have the awesome travel products, not only to have a great compensation plan, but a place that you can come to grow as a person. And we're going to be attracting some amazing speakers that are going to come, that are going to train you, not just in areas of network marketing, not just in areas of travel or the way that you can earn money, but all the things that go into being an entrepreneur, the mindset. Because I can tell you, for me personally, what got me over the hump of being average, or even, I would say, even below average in this industry, to being able to take the business by the horns and really just take it to a level that no one even thought I could, was my mindset, was my belief that I could actually do it. Once I put my focus on that, once I decided to do it, it became very easy. And we're in a position right now with Pangea that we've decided, we have already made the decision that we are the company for the people. We've made the decision that we are going to change tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands and then millions of people's lives are on this earth. And you have an opportunity right now because you're one of the very first people that know about what we're doing, right? I will tell you personally, I haven't hit one single list that I own. I own hundreds of thousands of names on a list. I haven't sent out one email in regards to Pangea. Why? Because we're attracting the right type of people. It is the quality of people that we've attracted this company, not the quantity. But that's about to change very drastically because we have started to go viral as a company. People are starting to figure it out. And what happens when you start to attract people? You also start to attract some haters. So just get ready for that, because we will have some challenges coming our way in regards to that. But that's good news. That means that we are growing. That means that people are paying attention to what we're doing. And we're disrupting this market space that we have here in this niche here. So we're definitely going to have some people that are trying to bash us from that perspective, but it truly doesn't matter. As long as we're transparent as a company, as long as we do the things that we're supposed to be doing as a company, no one's going to be able to get in the way of our vision and what we're trying to achieve. So I'm excited here today because we have an opportunity, you have an opportunity as an associate of Pangea to take your business, to take your family, to take your vision to the next level and let this be a vehicle for you to be able to do it. I always say that there's two things that hold people back when it comes to traveling and when it comes to really, taking your life and taking control, and that's time and that's money. We happen to be in a position as a company that we supply both of those. We supply the money when you go out there and sell our business and our products to other people, and we supply the time by giving you the money and the freedom to be able to do it. Whatever your goal is, and I don't know what it is, all of us have different struggles. All of us have the different why, as you say, find the why that makes you cry, find the why that makes you fly. Whatever you want to call it, it boils down to whatever the purpose is. What is your real purpose of doing this business? What is the real purpose of whatever business or opportunity that you're doing? Why are you doing it? And, I always say this, if the only reason why you're doing what you do is for the money, if that's it, then you're in the wrong business, right? Because it's going to be a challenge for you, because people can sniff that out in 1 second, right? They need to know why you're doing what you're doing, and people can relate to that. When I was out there marketing myself, people were attracted to a young family, a guy that had 2 kids or even 1 kid when I very first started, that came from a finance background. They could relate to what I was going through, because my why was my family. I was ready to walk away from my job. I was ready to get out of the finance industry, and I was ready just to take my life to a new level. And, I remember telling my wife, I was like, I'm going to be making $50,000 a month in 6 months. And of course, she thought I was crazy, because I was working as a full-time stockbroker at that time, managing people's money. And I was doing this on the side. And she's like, you're nuts. What are you even talking about? Well, I busted it every single day. I went in my office every single day as soon as I got home, and I stayed there till 11 o'clock at night, calling people, listening to leaders, just filling my brain with whatever I could. That is after working full time. I alienated myself into a room and just focused solely on building it. And I failed and I failed and I failed. And, as I always say, I told her in 6 months I'd be making $50,000. 7 months into it, we'd lost basically almost every piece of savings that we ever had. And she, at this point, definitely thought I was crazy. My back was up against the wall, and an idea was birthed. And the rest is history. And we're here today. And the reason why I tell you that is because I bet many of you are in the similar situation that you're really trying to figure it out. Maybe you've tried so many different ways, so many different times to try to figure out, how do I get my business going? What do I have to do to actually make a sale? We see these people making sales, 20, 30, 40 personal sales. How are they doing it? How can they do this? Is it just because they have a big list? Is it just, what are the reasons? And what you oftentimes find out is, whatever you focus on, you attract, and not just in your business, in a conversation, in life, period. Whatever you focus on, you're going to attract. If you are focused on being broke, you're going to attract broke people who can't afford the products. If you're focused on, not having enough, you're going to attract people that don't have enough. What you have to focus on, especially if you're brand new and have never made a sale, is you got to focus on that you're motivated, that you're excited, that, even though you don't have all the answers, that you're going to find a way today to get to where you want to be tomorrow, because you have a why and a purpose big enough to take you there. And, as a company, Pangea, leading back to that, our vision's very clear, and most companies can't say that. Most companies can't talk about their vision with such clarity. And that's why so many companies get set back. We're going to have our roadblocks. We're going to have our bumps. We're going to have our challenges. But one thing I can tell you is we're going to come out fighting every single time we get into a challenge. We're going to be in front of every single problem that we possibly can. We're going to protect our associates. We're going to provide the products and services that we say we're going to bring, and we're going to be the company that gives back at least $1 million in 2017 to charities. And more importantly, we're going to be the company that fights every inch for our associates, because you are the lifeblood of our company, and we greatly appreciate that. Now, that leads me into one other part of this presentation here today. We're going to be making some massive, and I do mean massive, announcements this week. Okay, I'm going to be sending out an email with more details on this, but I'm telling you that these are not little announcements that like you might want to be there for. These are going to be announcements that are going to change a lot of things inside our business for the better, that can help you as an associate. You are going to want to be on the call. I think it's going to be tomorrow, at the latest Friday, but you are going to want to be on that call that I'm talking about. Like I said, we're going to be making some announcements. We also have a huge sales contest that we're going to be announcing as well at the same exact time, that I promise you're going to love. Can put a lot of money and a lot of different things in your pockets and help your family out just in time for some big events. So I promise you're going to love that. So just keep in mind, today we'll be sending out an email. We'll definitely pump it up, because the announcements, it's not a tiny one. It's a big one that you're going to want to be part of, and it can drastically change your financial situation almost instantly. So you're going to want to be part of that. And again, that will be coming either tomorrow or Friday. We'll let you know for sure. I'll send out all the information, and we will do it most likely on a webinar just like this, so it can replay in case people miss it. And we will have a PowerPoint presentation breaking everything down for you. But it's going to be a game changer, and it's all part of the overall plan that we've had inside of Pangea for a long time, because we know where we're going, and we want you to be part of it as well. So, with that, I want to close with this, okay? We talked a little bit about where we've been over the last 7 weeks. I've already told you, going through the month of January, going through the first quarter, going in through the rest of the year. We talked about some of those goals. We talked about some of the challenges that we'll face. We talked about overcoming it, all those different things that come into play. But what I want to do here today is I want to challenge you as an individual to come and step up and be as a leader of our company. We're looking for leaders right this second that are going to float to the top, that are going to emerge to the top. It won't always be me on these, these calls. We're in pre-launch. So, right now it makes a lot of sense for me to be as visible as I possibly can, to be out in front of this, and I will always be there. However, we are looking for people that are going to be stepping up in situations that can help us with the trainings, that can help us with the overview calls, that can add value that not all of us can add. I have different gifts and talents than other people. There's a lot of people that are a lot smarter than me, unfortunately, that can add a lot of different things to the table. And those people are emerging very quickly in our company, and you'll start to see them more visibly. But in addition to that, we're looking for people to step up in different parts of the world. We're looking for people to step up in different parts of the United States. Wherever you're at, we want you to be part of what we got going on. And I want to encourage you and hopefully inspire you a little bit to be part of this movement. It's not just something we're talking about. It's something that is absolutely happening, and you want to be part of it. Right? Regardless of what challenges or growth pains that we struggle through, and we will definitely struggle just like every new company does in certain areas, we are going to be in front of it. We're going to work through it, and we're going to make this happen. And we're going to be an amazing success story in 2017. We will be the company for the people. The masses will flock here, and you definitely want to be part of what we got going on. You don't want to be trying to catch this wave, right? A lot of you sitting on the sidelines watching this, or maybe you're checking this out for the very first time, trying to figure out if you want to be part of it. Listen, don't blink, because it's going to be too late, right? You don't want to miss what we're doing here. So with that being said, I want to say thank you for taking the time to come out here today. If you didn't get anything else from this message, I hope that you got the fact that you need to be checking your emails and paying attention, because we have a huge announcement coming tomorrow or Friday at the very latest. We'll be sending out the information. You have to be on that call. You have to know what's going on, because it is going to drastically improve and drastically change your business for the positive. So with that being said, I want to end it with this. It's up to you to figure out what you want to do, right? I can give you the best tools. We can give you the best travel products, the best compensation plan. We can put the best leaders, the best speakers, anybody that you want in front of you. We can do that, and we can provide that. But I can tell you one thing, there's only one person that can help you get what you want, and that's the person you see in the mirror, and that's you, right? Make a decision for you and your family to take it to the next level. Get your vision as clear as you possibly can. Take the action steps to make it happen, and have an amazing 2017. Forget the past. It doesn't equal your future. And I promise you, my past doesn't equal my future either. We're going to make this happen together. Let's lock arms, take it to the level that we want to. Have a blessed day. Thank you for taking the time to come out, and this is a wrap. Bye-bye.